All right, I can't believe it's our final storyteller already. While Miss Chelsea is getting ready, it looks like she already is. Awesome. Chelsea, hold on one second. Kristen dropped in her link to her TEDx, so you should check that out. And like I said, Miss Chelsea is our final storyteller for the evening. So Chelsea, let me get you all set. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Can we have a round of applause for Chelsea?
Okay.
I'm just going to start giving myself applause randomly throughout the day. All right, Miss Chelsea, take it away.
Okay. Quarantine, oh quarantine, how I love you, dear quarantine. It seems weird to relish in the love of something that physically cuts me off from all my friends and family. But all the meditation teachers I dropped in on assure me it's okay to feel this way. Friends and their husbands check in on me and ask how I'm doing, and I almost always reply, amazing! I secretly love lockdown. My dad may be the most worried about me. He calls me every couple days, filling up my mailbox with messages of love, a slight undertone of, are you still alive? I haven't heard from you in a week. Sorry, Dad. During one call, he begins to list off everyone in our family and their significant others. Well, Jamie has Berkeley, I have Dawn, and Damien has Alona. We all have people we get to see every day, and you don't. Worst pep talk ever, but, oh, there's a but. But you seem to be the happiest person I talk to, and you're up in Chicago all alone. I mean, these are all true statements. My family and most of my friends are more than 500 miles away. My dad offered to drive 8 hours to Chicago to pick me up and take me back to Kansas, but I politely declined. Why? Because I am living my quarantine dream. I've engaged in over 80 virtual events, from singing Disney songs with a Broadway star in New York to learning the Running Man from a shuffle choreographer in LA, for meditating for 4 days straight with a global community, to even taking classes like I Can't Budget and I Can't Side Hustle, which those are skills I'm still working on. To a normal human, this may sound like, exhausting. But to me, this has been exhilarating. The amount of learning I've done for my mind, for my body, may never have happened if the world hadn't been forced to pause and sign up for a Zoom account. My biggest Corona crush has been my daily photo walk, which I dubbed hashtag Ode to Oxygen. It started out as a reminder to untether myself from my dual screen desk at least once a day. But the photographer in me spoke up and said, hey, maybe you should document this. And while you're at it, tap into those dusty creative juices. Can juices be dusty? By walking around a neighborhood I barely knew, I began to find a new love for my city and myself. A kind of love I didn't used to know. Exactly 20 years ago, my mission to wipe myself off this planet began. Shortly after my 15th birthday, I was admitted to the hospital and held under psychiatric care for a week. One morning during biology class, I confided in a friend I'd taken 20 or so pills before school. It wasn't my first attempt at overdosing, but it was the first time I told someone, who then told my teacher, who then sent me to the nurse. It was there I waited for my dad to pick me up and drive me to the hospital, where I was given this liquid charcoal to gulp down to flush out the toxins. Ugh. I was admitted to the psych ward as if I were living out a scene from my favorite movie and book at the time, Girl Interrupted. It's hard to put myself back into that 15-year-old's headspace. Once you're out of depression, you surely don't want to go back. To live in a mind or a situation that is so tortured is just that, torture. It is hard to want to live when it feels like you are drowning in the abyss with no escape in sight. I later found the journal from when I was 15 with tallies next to each type of pill I took. 10 Advil, 5 Benadryl, 5 Tylenol. Maybe so I would know if I needed to take more the next time, if there was a next time. There wasn't one defining moment that made me want to hit the permanent escape button. It was years of many traumas. It was crying in the bathroom, lights off, burning my arms one match at a time, hoping to relieve the pain after getting into yet another scraping match with my dad. It was popping diet pills like they were Flintstone vitamins, so I could fit into a pair of size 00 Abercrombie and Fitch jeans, only to still be disgusted with how fat I was. Like, really? Come on. It was letting an older boyfriend dictate where I could go and who I could be friends with, and then being threatened with, I'm breaking up with you if you keep smoking cigarettes, which I guess is sound advice for a 14-year-old. I continued to take my life into my own hands by drinking and driving. My friends would applaud me for how great I was at it. That was until December 15th, 2002. I was working as a server at my cheerleading coach's Christmas party. She let us drink in the back, and by back, I mean closet. We were supposed to spend the night, but next thing I know, I come to barefoot, standing on the street with ambulance lights swirling, my mouth bleeding, and my orange-red Mustang smoking. Cops towered over me, asking me questions I couldn't answer. The story goes, I fell asleep in my car outside my coach's house when a newspaper man told me I had to leave. I only made it 2 blocks down the street when I fell asleep at the wheel, demolishing my car into a neighbor's privacy fence. My dad likes to say, my guardian angels took the wheel because had I not swerved, I could have driven into the creek at the end of the hill. So to my guardian angels, I say, thank you, and I'm sorry, because it can't be an easy job watching over me. Thankfully, they came with me to college. My guardian angels, not my parents, because the overdosing and destruction didn't stop in high school. My first semester, I jumped into a dumpster fire of a relationship where one person's depressive episode would fuel the others. This continued for 4 years. My boyfriend attempted to break into my dorm freshman year, my sorority sophomore year, and successfully broke into my second-story balcony apartment my junior year. You would think after he broke in and punched through not one, but 2 of my doors, I would have said, goodbye. Have you ever wanted to smack your past self silly? Like, God damn it, Chelsea, run. Get out. Love yourself already. It took until I was 30 and another no good boyfriend to get the love yourself already part. And to properly honor my 3 decades on Earth, I celebrated in a different city every weekend for an entire month. Mardi Gras concert in St. Louis, Drink Jake's Pub out of PBR in Chicago, a cruise across the Caribbean with my favorite band, 311. Because while some believe in celebrating their birthday, I believe in celebrating your birth month. Oh shit, I lost the spot. Had the pills worked or had my car gone straight, I wouldn't have made it to my 16th birthday, let alone my 30th. I wouldn't have found my passion for photography. I wouldn't have found how much live music feeds my soul. I wouldn't have found my love for traveling, and not just the going places part. Like, I actually love airports. Like, get to the airport 2 hours early so I can go to my favorite restaurant and hang out before my flight. Like, who does that? I even love flying. So much so, I willingly jumped out of a plane once. I even love traveling alone. That is until I have to go to the bathroom, and then I have to lug all of my luggage with me and I'm cramming it into this tiny stall and there's like a door and it doesn't fit. Like, who the hell designed these? And that's all because I don't have someone to watch it. Had I departed this planet, I would have never discovered how brave I am. Traveling across the world to attend music festivals by myself. Getting approved for a photo pass to an Icelandic music festival I've never heard of. Signing up for things like Beer Experiment Messiah, where I spent months learning Broadway choreography to someday be performed in front of 700 people. Thank you, COVID. It is weird to think now that my brother and parents would have lost their sister and daughter 20 years ago. That's 20 years of memories, 20 years of pictures. No, I'm not gonna cry. I wouldn't have been in 20 years of joyful, happy birthday voicemails I would have never heard. That's, I didn't cry in practice. That's 200 birthday cards I would have never read. That's thousands of concerts, hundreds of friendships, tens of thousands of photographs, if not millions, I would have all missed out on. Almost to the end. 3 of my parents have lost their brothers because the torture inside of them was too strong. I am grateful to say the torture inside of me is gone. I can sit in quarantine by myself without even a hug from a family member or a friend, unless you include my plush unicorn. Best birthday present ever. And be okay. Be better than okay. Be glowing and saying things like, I never want this to end. The holding up at home and learning part, not the sadness of COVID or never seeing a familiar face again. I am grateful to be on this earth, even in times when there is so much pain going on in the outside world. I'm grateful to be able to hold the joy with the pain because at least I'm here to feel it. And as an empath, I truly feel all of it. Thank you.
Chelsea! Hold on, gotta get your standing ovation. I'm gonna silence you for 1 second. Can we have a seated ovation for all of our storytellers?